Hey, Kimmy, you okay to talk?
Hey, Danny. Oh, what's up? Yeah, no problem. Kinda unusual for you to be texting this late at night. Are you on the bus coming home or something?
Yeah, I had something urgent to convey to you, so I figured I shouldn't waste any time.
Something urgent? What's up?
A local guy contacted me earlier this morning. Apparently, my ex-wife was seen snooping around her house the other day.
Seriously? You mean Sandy? She was snooping around here? Why? Kinda weird.
I really don't know. It's been 5 years since we broke up. What the hell would she want now?
How did she even find out where we lived, for God's sake?
Yeah, well, we're all high school classmates. This is a pretty small community. She probably picked it somewhere along the way. Didn't you used to exchange line messages with Sandy way back when?
Yeah, about 4 years ago, I met her at a high school reunion. She approached me, wanting to exchange line IDs for old time's sake. She was really friendly and all, figured it wouldn't hurt. Actually, haven't heard from her since.
Right, but maybe we should be vigilant? I have no idea what her motives are. Not sure if she'll approach you directly or through a friend. I have no idea, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I'll have my brother come over and stay with us. He's doing remote work, so he's pretty flexible work-wise.
Yeah, good idea. He's a good dude. Just got to my stop. I'll talk to you later.
Alright, take care.
Hey, Kimmy! Been a while. Ever since that class reunion. Looks like you're living in a pretty nice house. Pretty nice setup since you married my ex-husband, Danny. You did pretty good for yourself. When he was with me, he couldn't make a cent, but now... My God, he really did all right for himself. When he was with me, he was practically penniless. Couldn't even afford to take me on an overnight trip to the beach.
Oh my God! I didn't think you would actually contact us.
Yeah? So what?
We had a heads up from various people that you were snooping around our house. I sort of shrugged it off, but just in case, I checked my security camera.
Security camera? Are you serious?
Yeah, I was out shopping. I'm sure you timed it that way. And what do you know? I see you snooping around and even peering into the window of our home like some burglar.
Bustin', huh? Oh well.
According to the camera footage, it seems you're snooping around once every 2 or 3 days. The neighbors were real suspicious. I really wish you would just stop.
Yeah, well, I'm kinda enjoying myself, to be honest.
What is it you want? I mean, it's been 5 years since you divorced Danny. And I haven't seen you since that reunion 4 years ago. What's up?
If I didn't want something, I wouldn't have contacted you.
Okay then. Come on. Say what you have to say and let's get this over with.
Hold your horses. You were always so impatient. But I suppose it makes no difference if you're shocked now or shocked later. You'll still be shocked. Okay, here goes. I gave birth to Danny's child.
Excuse me? Danny's child? Are we talking about my husband, Danny?
Yeah, can you believe it? He's 3 months already. A friend is taking care of him today. That's the reason I was snooping around, as you put it. It was only because I wanted to tell Danny the good news. But he never seems to be home, and I can't seem to catch him on his way back from the office.
Why are you telling me all this? What do you want me to do about it?
Pardon me? Not the reaction I was expecting, but anyhow. The normal thing to do is ask that you divorce Danny so he can be with his child, but I'm not that mean-spirited, despite what you think of me.
Okay, what do you want?
What I'm trying to say is that I'm not demanding that you divorce him, but instead, I want you to pay me $3,000 a month child support.
Wait a sec. You want me to pay $3,000 a month in child support for a kid I have nothing to do with? And where did you come up with that amount? Seems a bit extreme.
But I'm being reasonable here. I'm not demanding you divorce, Danny. I will endure the hardships of being a single mom just so you guys can maintain your happy marriage. Logical, don't you agree? You may think it's excessive, but considering the hardship of bringing up a child for years to come, it's a small price to pay. Besides, you're not working, right? You're a housewife. I'm sure divorce would spell disaster for you.
Actually, I am working.
Oh yeah, and also, I just happened to catch you in the act. A little incident where you brought a guy into the house when Danny was away.
A guy? What are you... Wait, are you talking about my brother?
Your brother? You have a brother?
After we heard that a suspicious woman was snooping around our house, my brother offered to come over for a few weeks. You know, as a bodyguard of sorts.
You sure know how to concoct a real whopper of a story. I can see right through it. Yeah, sure, big brother. A bodyguard. Please. Is that what you told your neighbors? So, with that said, I want $3,000 by the end of the week and on the first of every month going forward. Or else, I spill the beans about your sexual escapades with that guy. I know Danny makes in excess of $5,000 a month, so $3,000 is just a drop in the bucket for him. I'll send you my bank account info later, so I expect the first installment next week.
Hey, Danny. Got the latest. Got a line message from Sandy this afternoon.
Yikes. Are you serious? You didn't meet her face to face, did you?
No way. I want to avoid that as much as possible. She probably tried, but my brother's here, and he's keeping a close eye on any suspicious people snooping around. I'm so glad he's here.
Yeah, thank your brother for me. What a godsend.
You know what she thought? She thought my brother was my secret lover I was bringing into my home. Can you believe it?
You're not serious.
She apparently wants money from us.
Yeah, I figured as much.
I'll send you the whole line conversation. The gall of this woman. Seems like she really got her signals crossed somewhere along the line. And I kept the conversation simple and made sure I didn't give away any private details. But I just want you to know that I trust you completely. I know you didn't do anything wrong. So rest assured.
Thanks, I appreciate that. What the hell is this?
Yeah, I know. Pretty pathetic, right?
If the kid is 3 months old, that means I was meeting with Sandy about a year ago.
That's right. Just that alone throws cold water all over her little scheme. She probably sent that line message not knowing all the details, but...
I'm really sorry that this whole thing got blown out of proportion. I'll contact her folks and have them work it out with her.
You think that will end it all?
They apparently cut ties with her after we got divorced, but they said if she caused any trouble down the line, they said that I was welcome to call them for advice.
It's been 5 years, but I guess it would have hurt to try.
I'm sorry about all this, Kimmy. I hope you'll be a little more patient while I sort things out. I'll talk to my boss and see if I can get home. I can tell him it's an urgent family matter.
That would be great. Take care.
Hey, Kimmy, you there? I should be home in about 30 minutes.
There you are. Okay, I'll be here.
Oh, and I have a surprise guest with me.
A surprise guest. Now who could that be?
I got his advice about this little matter we have. And he offered to help, and he's with me right now. I'll introduce you to him when I get home.
All right, be careful coming home. Hey, Sandy. Can we talk?
Kimmy, I was just going to contact you. It's been a week since we last talked about that deposit. Did you get that done? I sent you the bank details right afterward. You got it, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I tried depositing it today, but got an error. Could we meet in person, and then I can hand over the cash directly? What do you say?
Huh? What are you talking about? An error?
Yeah, not sure what the problem was. Tried it over and over. No dice. I can withdraw money, no problem. But when I try depositing, it just freezes up for some reason. I have the cash on me now. Why don't you hop on over here? And I'll hand it directly to you. How's that? I'll just hand it to you at the front door. You know where I live, right? It'll just take a minute.
Kind of a hassle, but yeah, okay. I'm on my way.
Sandy? You there? Would you stop hiding in our closet, for God's sake?
Why the hell is my father here? And even Danny, what's he doing here? Hey, and where's my 3,000 bucks? You promised to hand it over.
Sorry, don't have it. Simply used as bait to lure you over here, and you fell for it.
Excuse me? Why?
Your whole story? We know all about what really happened.
Pardon me? What are you talking about? No what? Like I said from the very beginning, the kid is Danny's, and that's a fact.
You say your kid is 3 months old. That would mean Danny would have been with you a year or so ago. But that doesn't make sense because he was away on a business trip then. He wasn't in the country for like 2 years. And just so you're aware, I work remote, so I was with him overseas the whole time. We only returned 2 months ago. But Danny had to take care of the other business projects, so he wasn't able to come home with me.
What? Excuse me?
He's staying in the city at a monthly apartment hotel until they find someone to replace him. We decided that I should return ahead and get the new house ready. We still don't have furniture or any kitchen items. The house was only finished a month ago.
That's why I was never able to meet with Danny.
Looks like you're starting to see the picture. That kid you say is Danny's? Actually, he's your lover's baby, right?
No, that's not true. He's really...
Sorry, Sandy. It's all common knowledge now. We checked up on you. There's no denying it.
Are you serious? You checked up on me?
The reason why you tried to swindle us out of $3,000 a month was because after you divorced Danny, you immediately remarried. But soon after your husband caught you cheating on him, and he ended up divorcing you, that was about a month ago. You had to pay him a settlement on a monthly basis. Your intention was to use part of that $3,000 to pay your ex off and use the rest for living expenses. Today was supposed to be your first payday. Figured I dangled that $3,000 in front of you, you'd come running.
You set me up! How could you, you swindler?
I don't deserve that from a cheat like you.
A cheat, huh? Look who's talking. That gives me no other option but to spill my guts about your husband. If I'm going down, I'm going to drag you down with me. I have a photo of you sneaking a guy into the house. A photo does not lie. You asked for this. You should have never set me up like you did.
Are you talking about the guy you said I was having sexual escapades with?
Yeah, that's right. The short-haired, muscular guy. Just your type. I'm pretty sure I heard you call him Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon. That's my brother.
Don't start that again. That's the silly excuse I've ever heard.
What can I say? He's my brother. How else can I explain it? You probably don't know him because he went to a private school out of state. He only came home occasionally. But since graduating, we have normal family ties. Danny knows as well. One look at that photo you have and it will clarify everything. Let's see the photo already.
Are you serious? He's your brother?
Yep, I can call and have him come over if you like. As for your kid, your folks said that they will raise them as their own.
Who told them they could do that? Besides, my child support payments. What happens to that?
I have no idea. Well, now that we know your little scheme has been shut down, would you please get the hell out of our closet?
No, I'm not coming out.
Kinda ingenious the way you broke the handle off so we can't pull it open from the outside. Suppose we're just going to have to come in another way. Oh yeah, that closet? It's not a walk-in type, it's a walk-through type. there's another door on the other side.
What? Another?
When I opened the closet door on the other side, she gave out a blood-curdling scream. She dropped to the floor crying her eyes out, begging for forgiveness as her father dragged her off. Once outside, there was a black van sitting outside. First, I thought it was one of those ambulances from the psychiatric ward. But turns out it was owned by a construction company, run by her father's friend. They apparently found her a live-in job at a construction site somewhere up in Alaska. Once she heard she was headed up north to some off-the-grid installation, her face just dropped. I heard this place is like a prison. Some say it's the Siberian gulag of the US. Don't tell anyone, but I couldn't help but smile when I saw her face as she sat in the back of that van as it drove away. The total despair on her face was, how can I put this, memorable.
Hey Martha, you did get my wedding invitation, right? No need you to respond, but I know you're coming. I already reserved you a seat anyway. Seriously? How could I not invite my childhood friend to my wedding? You're coming like it or not. I didn't even realize who was this for a second. Is this really you, Maya? Yeah, I got the invitation. I'm not attending, so scratch me off the list. You gotta be kidding me. This is the most important event of the century. Sorry, but I have something else on that day. I just can't get out of it. What? No way! You have to! No, I demand that you attend. You seem to have made up your mind that you want nothing to do with me, but I'm not having it. You're attending one way or another. If you don't attend for one reason or another, well, you know what I'm gonna do. I'll tell everyone that you're still fuming from when I took your boyfriend from the way back in high school, and that you're still a childish, pity-minded juvenile. Wait, could you back up? What are you talking about taking my boyfriend? Are you seriously asking me that? Didn't you see the name on the wedding invitation? Yeah, I saw it. First time seeing that name, didn't ring any bells. Where'd you meet this guy? Whoa, stop right here. Are you for real? Yeah, for real. Why so surprised? Oh, wait a second, I get it. You're pretending like you don't know the guy, and somehow you use that reason to get out of attending. Is that it? Please, Maya, I don't have time for this. Have you taken any leave of your senses? What are you saying? I'm deranged? You're the one who's not making any senses, Martha. Why are you trying so hard to erase the fact that I took care of a guy in high school? I don't see why you don't just accept the fact. It was a long time ago, for God's sake. That's why I call taking leave of your senses, if you ask me. Sorry, Maya. It's no use talking to you. Anyway, like I said, I'm busy on that day. I can't attend. End of the story. I can't reschedule. I just can't. What could be more important than your childhood friend's wedding? At least tell me that. Important enough that I turned down the invitation. Is that so hard to accept? Come on, be a pal. For old time's sake. I better get going. See ya. I'm not giving up, Martha. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna have your place ready for you no matter what. I knew you were going to come. I just knew it. I had no doubt in my mind that you would show up. I can read you like a book, Martha. When you get all beady-eyed about something, you won't give up until your curiosity is satisfied. In other words, you were so eager to find out about your ex-boyfriend that you had to attend or you couldn't bear it. Am I right, aren't I? I was positive you would show up, no matter how hard-nosed you were about not attending. Maya, you again? What is it this time? Just thought you may be sweating bullets right now. Don't you see your name in the register at the entrance, right? Well, Martha, have news for you. What a total clown show! To see you coming snooping around just to see your ex-beau from high school. Who's going to be my everlasting partner in like 10 minutes? Just leave the wedding gift at the reception desk. So sorry, no seat for you. I know I said I would have one ready no matter what, but surprise, I lied. Oh yeah, about that. So how much did you bring as a wedding gift? Of course, it doesn't even mean I'll prepare a seat for you. No need to worry about that. Why should the bride bring a wedding gift? Pardon me? My ex-beau, as you put it, you must mean my ex-boyfriend from high school. We had our ups and downs through the years, of course, but we somehow worked things out. We even started living together 2 years ago, and we finally made it to this day, our wedding day. Pardon me, Martha, you're being incoherent. You do realize that, right? I'm seriously starting to worry about your mental state, Martha. You say you were living with him for 2 years? That's nuts. Because I was the one living with him the past few years. And what's this about you being the bride? I'm sorry. I really should have figured it out. You saw me at the wedding hall, but still failed to make head or tail of the situation. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Get to the point, would you? I just figure out my name is really not that common. Our family names were on the wedding list at the entrance to the wedding hall. What? Wedding list? You do know that there are other weddings taking place here today. After all, that's what a wedding hall is. Or did you think you guys were the only people having a wedding here? Anyway, there's the board out front that shows all the weddings taking place today. I saw yours there, by the way. I only noticed mine out there, to be honest. Didn't even glance at it, huh? Figures? Come to think of it, the wedding planner did mention that there would be another wedding on the second floor. The second floor chapel is supposed to be twice as big and much more extravagant than the one on the first floor, which is pretty tiny in comparison. That's the one. Finally, worked it out. That's our wedding, the one on the second floor. Pardon me? Actually, I was shocked to learn that we were having our weddings at the very same wedding hall. Who would have thought? What a twist of fate, huh? But we sure were lucky that our invitations didn't screw up. Huh? Considering we've known each other for so long, our invitations were mostly business related. So maybe that's why I guess this answers your questions on why I couldn't attend your wedding. With that said, let's focus on the proceeding of our own respective weddings, why don't we? What do you say? Talk to you again. Wait, are you nuts? What is this? What's this all about? I'll tell you this right now, Martha. My husband-to-be is not going to be yours. He's not going upstairs to marry you. You're out of your damn mind. You're his ex-flame. He's mine now. Can't you get it through that little head of yours, Martha? He loves me, not you. You must be totally delusional to go out and reserve a wedding hall and invite all those guests. And to reserve that huge chapel upstairs. You're a total disgrace. He's not dropping me and going upstairs to marry you. You're going to be standing at the altar all alone, twiddling your thumbs. Give it up, Martha. I win. Martha, pick up right this minute. What the hell is going on here? The groom didn't show up to my wedding. Didn't you even notice your now husband is a completely different person? What's about that? Oh, so the wedding planner explained everything to you in detail, I see. I asked the wedding staff to make sure you didn't barge into my wedding by mistake. Sure glad I went to the trouble. I didn't want to mention that I was having the wedding on the same day. I didn't plan it that, by the way. Didn't want taking it the wrong way and causing you to react negatively. As you tend to do. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. About this ex-boyfriend that you supposedly stole from me. That story just didn't mesh with mine, so I asked a friend of mine who went to high school hoping she would enlighten me. That guy you were supposed to marry, wasn't his name Dwayne Peterson? That's right, so what? My husband's name is Daniel, Dan Peters. The names kinda sound alike, so I figured out maybe there was some sort of misunderstanding, name-wise. Huh? You still have me at a lose, Martha. What is this, some kind of joke? All right. Let me explain. As you know, I went to East Memorial High School. Yeah, obviously, and that's where I took your boyfriend, Dwayne Peterson. I say it now, but the reason why I took him from you is because I couldn't stand it with you to get a guy before me. That's why. Dwayne was attending the daytime classes, right? I was only a part-time student. I was attending the evening classes, so actually I never met Dwayne Peterson. Not even sure what he looks like, to be honest. What are you talking about, part-time student? We were pretty good friends up until junior high, but once we got into high school, we weren't that close anymore. Maybe that's why you didn't know my situation. Right before high school, my dad passed away, and I had to move in with my grandparents the next town over. It was hard times back then with my father gone. I had to take on a part-time job to help my mom out. That's why I was forced to attend the evening classes on a part-time basis. That's where I met Dan, this guy I married today. Are you serious? This seems so far-fetched. Wait a minute. That name Dan Peters kinda sound familiar. Could it be Tri-Same guy that was on the news a few months back? Something about rescuing his dad's company, which was on the verge of bankruptcy. By restructuring the whole company and introducing unique ideas, that guy? Oh yeah, that was when the piece aired on the popular variety program a few months back. That's not fair! Excuse me? This kind of means that if I hadn't mistaken your boyfriend, if I hadn't sold Dan instead of Dwayne, then I would have been standing at the altar upstairs instead of you. Why is that you get all the breaks? Why do you get to marry someone super successful guy? Why? It's just not fair. There you go again, totally not making a bit of sense. The only reason you made this mistake is because you didn't properly verify anything. Maybe you should have put more thought into it before you went ahead. This is not my fault. I mean, think about it, Maya. You spent the last 10 years thinking that you stole my boyfriend from me. You never doubted it for 1 second? You dug your own grave, Maya. No one is to blame but yourself. Don't shift the blame to me, like I said. I have nothing to do with your delusions. But it's just unfair. It's not right. Listen, Maya. There's something really important that you're completely forgetting. What are you talking about? Did you say that your wedding was cancelled because Dwayne didn't show up? Did you ever get hold of Dwayne? He's... Before you start bombarding me with messages online, it seems you have a lot other stuff to worry about. I've got plenty of worries, thank you. What are you talking about anyway? Don't you need to talk to the guy about the consequences of not showing up? Could you mean you're eligible for damages or who's gonna pay for the wedding? I mean, it isn't cheap, I should know. Yeah, you're right. What am I gonna do? I just gotta find that jerk. Martha, if you're there, pick up. Lend me $50,000, I beg you. Stop right there, Maya. Calm down for a second. Say again. I need $50,000. I have to pay for half of the wedding. That's why you need $50,000? Not that I'm bragging or anything, but I heard that your wedding was on a smaller scale than mine. Why would you need $50,000 if you're splitting the cost? No, it's not just the wedding. That also includes the amount I have to my boss's wife. Huh? Why do you have to pay that? It has nothing to do with your wedding. Hold on a second. Don't tell me you're having an affair with a boss's wife. I didn't figure out she would, Oh my god. Impeccable timing, Maya. Right when you scheduled your wedding, she finds out about the affair, and now this... It wasn't supposed to be this way. Incidentally, did you find out what happened to Dwayne and why didn't he show up to the wedding? finally got a hold of him. Apparently, he was also cheating on me. He came to the conclusion that he loved the other woman more and decided to marry her instead. Can you believe it? Good gracious! Sounds like something with a soap opera. And it turns out that because we were both cheating on each other, neither of us could sue for damages. As for the wedding cost, we had to split that. In addition that I have to pay damages to my boss's wife. I see. So that's why your debt ballooned to $50,000, is that it? Yeah, so you'll do it, right? That $50,000, your husband's successful guy, the president of a company. What's a measly $50,000, right? Good grief, Maya, you have to be kidding me. Huh? Why not? That's like chump change to you. I'm not the CEO of the company, my husband is. I can't just use the funds whenever I want. Then why wouldn't you just ask him? He'll do anything you say. I think no. No matter how many times you ask, not in a million years. But I have no one else to turn to. My folks slammed the door on me and I already broke up with my boss. Come on, Martha, for old time's sake, we were best friends at one time, weren't we? So please. There's one thing you got right. We were friends. That's past tense. After junior high, I stopped considering you a friend. Please, Martha, don't say that. I think I'm officially getting dizzy. Gotta go. See ya. Childhood relationships can last forever, but only if circumstances remain cordial. Just because we live down the street from each other doesn't mean we're friends for life. She always dragged me into her selfish antics until I just got totally fed up and wanted nothing to do with her. I later heard from one of Maya's friends. Seems she's really in dire circumstances. For starters, she got kicked out of the apartment that she was sharing with Dwayne after she said her parents want nothing to do with her, so going home wasn't an option. The only option was to get a small one-room apartment over one Market Street for something like $200 a month. As for her job, she invited a bunch of people from the office and considering what went down at the wedding, she wasn't exactly welcomed back by her co-workers. I heard she eventually resigned and is now working various part-time jobs. According to a friend, she's living a theater bar life, just barely trying to make ends meet.